Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. Welcome to your New Moon in Leo reading. This is a big, important portal that opened up, and its energy is really going to carry through for the next couple of weeks. And so how can you really use this? It was conjunct your ruling planet of Venus, and Venus is doing a retrograde through Leo. And so this is a time where we really set ourselves up for success for what's coming next. And you have the card of mystery and health. So they could be related. So if you are not taking care of yourself, or you're feeling a little off, maybe that scheduling that appointment will be important. It could be two different things. One of them could be that you are recovering, you are feeling better about things, and there's a secret ahead. So it is it's the pumpkin dragon, and it always makes you think of Linus and his great pumpkin, and how he was so sure that, no, we have the Book of Secrets here. This is really interesting. I think you might not be feeling completely at your best, but I do think that it's a healing that you are going through. You are recovering. You're recovering from a situation that was really not of your liking at all, because the overall energy here, there's two snakes in here. One of them is the snake of transformation, and the other one is the snake that's like the viper that's out to get you. It's not a viper, but look at it. He's like ready to bite. I don't know what that is. Is that a rattlesnake or a cobra? That's a rattlesnake, I think. It's got a really evil look. Overall energy of that. So for those of you who are not feeling best, that are not physically feeling best, make an appointment. Don't put it off. It feels like you shouldn't put it off, okay? Then for those of you who are in the process of recovering, I can tell you that the energy that we walk out of here with is the card of healing. And so there is a healing that's happening, and we have the card of health here. And it's the spring card. It's not, so we have the apple dragon, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but it is with the apple blossoms there. And so this would be the stages of developing a better health. And so some of you may also be looking at how to create and bring a better health plan in whenever we change seasons, and we're getting ready to do that very soon, right? We have within a month we have the equinox again, and so there's always a really good time to kind of look at, especially in Virgo season. Virgo season starts next week. Virgo season is always about our physical health and well-being, and being an earth sign, that energy trines yours. We have Mercury getting ready to move into retrograde on the 23rd. It is currently in its storm, and so things are getting very slowed down. Uranus in your sign stations retrograde on the 28th, and right now Mars is also supporting your sign with taking action over there in Virgo regarding your health, regarding bringing balance into your life. And so these are all things to really be paying attention to when the health card shows up. So you are definitely trying to figure out where you want to go next, what you want to do. And that, I think that's the mystery. And so these could be two different things that are coming up here, because the key to the situation here is we have the Star card. He is in the ship, and he is setting sight on where he wants to go. Where am I now? So that I can figure out what course I'm going to take next. And so that's kind of that retrograde where we go and we look at and review and we revise and we edit and we figure out, okay, this is our status now, and what are we going to do next? And so he is using the sextant, and he is looking to see where he is going to go next. The key to the situation being this, and the key showing up here in where your thoughts are and what you're thinking about, what are you trying to get information on, is I can see that you are definitely trying to source enough information to assess where you are now and where it is that you are going. In the area of resources, you have the Book of Secrets, and this book in here is closed. And so I feel like you're trying to figure out the whole situation, I think maybe around finances on a level. And I'm not saying that just because you're a Taurus. I'm saying that because in the area of anxiety, we have the luck card, but this clover is sitting on over a pentacle, like hidden money. And so I feel like you feel that there's a restriction around the flow of money. So this says here, quick, what is the distance between have and have not? Right, what is distance? You're already here. So I almost feel like check to see if you have money stashed somewhere that you aren't aware of, or if you have a resource that you could use right now to create money. So a service, or there's that thing that you've been sitting on that you never use, and maybe you can sell it. Or how can you maximize the resources that you already have? Because this feels like you already have something. You have something that is already going to help you out of this situation. So there's that. And then we have, no matter how much money or love you've made or lost, you can still make more. So, and then it says get on with it. So I feel like there is something where you're feeling a sense of lack, but there's really no reason to feel lack because you have what you need. And you have what you need. There's just there needs to be a shift in the way you look at it. So here we have the sun. That looks more like a sunset. Sunset over this water, and the water is calm. That makes me think it's a sunrise, but the colors look like sunset. So there's a cyclical nature to the way the energy is flowing. We have the sun in the energy of the obstacle, which means there's really no obstacle, right? The sun is not a negative card. And when it's in the house of the most negative space on here, that means there's really not that bad. It may feel like it, and I'm not going to say that it's not. But this right here, looking at the stars, you have the North Node that just moved into Aries, which is the sunrise. It's the beginning of the zodiac, and so I think there's a whole new cycle of things that is happening. And maybe it's the fact that it is a change and a shift and assessing where you are. I feel like it's shining a light on what it is that you need. How do you transform the situation? We have the birds here, okay? So this little bird is sitting on its nest, and this one's scratching and he's looking for what it has, and this one is moving forward, right? And so it's all three things. It's taking care of your resources, it's looking for new resources, and it's moving forward. It's taking all of these actions at the same time in order to manifest and bring in what it is that you want. So there is an awareness that there are, almost like you're doing things in multiple areas, because the action to take is you have the flowers. Now this is a field of flowers, and flowers here in Lenormand is all about happiness and joy. It's about counting our blessings. It's about, doing things that make us happy. But there is an abundance of flowers and abundance of a variety of flowers. And so I feel like it isn't just one thing, it's multiple things. And there's, how do you bring them all together? And one thing that is really important in the heart space is you anchor in that dream. That little boy is playing with that ship. This is the ship this guy is on. This is the ship. I love this deck because it tells a story throughout the entire deck. This is really the coolest thing. So there's actually two stories that it tells in here, but it is the coolest deck. Let me see if I can find it. Of course, it's going to be probably right here at the top. It's the one on top. Look. That's the ship, okay? That's the ship that this guy is on. It's in the dark. It's in the dark. So this is pulling your energy in. This is slowing down. This is assessing where you are and figuring out where you can go, so that when the sun rises, you are full speed ahead. You know what direction you're moving in, right? And so water is generally calmer at night. Then the waves pick up in the action in the day. It has to do with the energy of the heating of the earth and the curvature and all this stuff. But anyways, so that's like things will start moving, and so we're in this retrograde period, but by the time we get through the 1010 gateway, Venus will have station direct, and she will be clearing out of Leo and moving into Virgo. And we have Mercury will have cleared its shadow, and so it's almost like we're all aiming toward that first 2 weeks there, and there's a solar eclipse. There's a solar eclipse, new moon eclipse that is happening in Libra at that time that really moves things forward. And Taurus, you have one more eclipse after that, 2 weeks after that, on the 28th of October. Remember, we got the pumpkin, which makes me think of Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin, right? That is your last eclipse for Taurus during this cycle, and it's a full moon eclipse. It is a big release. And so it is like you're moving toward this energy. And so I want to say you are in a healing process of a downturn in your personal economy, or a downturn in your relationships. There's with the eclipses having been going on in your sign, you know, and the South Node in your house of partnership, and the North Node, you know, there in the personal part of where you are, especially if you're a Taurus rising. You've got all this stuff that's going on, and you're wrapping up a cycle. And the sun also can represent a year. And so you are wrapping up a very long cycle of change, and there's a need right now. There is a definite need to assess where you are, and to set a course, and choose to do things, I think, on multiple levels. There's more than one action more than one way you're going to be bringing things in, but all of it should be about what lights you up. What's your big dream? What's your big goal? And what brings in the happiness and the joy? And this will allow you to anchor into this healing energy there of the lilies as we exit through this time frame. So you have here sanctuary and letting go, right? Sanctuary is pulling our energy in to know what to release and to let go of. And what you're going to give birth to for your new ideas, and letting go of the things that are holding you back to allow you to move forward. And so this is for you a process. It's okay because Taurus doesn't like to move super fast, but I am going to tell you that you have basically what? You have 9 weeks. You have about 9 weeks until that eclipse. And so using this energy right now, really focusing in on it, maybe it's 10 weeks. My math isn't always great. So you have 9 to 10 weeks here. And so if you really focus in on what you're going to do in that chunk of time to really assess where you are now, where your resources are, where are the different opportunities, what actually brings you joy and happiness, what do you really want out of life? And if you are healing from a physical illness or something, you may have a bit of a recovery that takes a few weeks. And it's really important that you don't try to push too hard too fast, right, with the healing process. One step ahead is all you need. It is just taking things step by step. It's perfect. This is such Taurus energy. Nobody understands this better than Taurus, that it's the next step that counts. It's the next step that counts. What am I doing right now? Where am I going next? Where am I right now? Where am I going? Where am I now? Where am I going? And that is what creates the journey along the way. But here, what's your honest truth? I'm sorry, I know you can hear them out there. They're literally tearing up the sidewalks right outside my door. So, but if you think about it, it's deconstructing to reconstruct. They're tearing out the sidewalks, and they're going to put in the new ones. And what do you do with the sidewalk? You take one step at a time. And so it kind of seems appropriate for this. Okay, what's your honest truth? What is your honest truth? What brings the joy and the happiness? Truth resides in the throat chakra. Taurus rules the throat chakra. Right? You have the higher heart in the throat chakra. That is where you guys, and it's your honest truth. And here we have the higher truth. We have the solar plexus, into that solar plexus, how you shine out into the world, how you take action here, how you draw and magnetize into your life what it is that you need. This beautiful green of the heart that is healing, and the blue of your higher chakra, higher heart and throat chakra mixing together. And what is your honest truth? And so I think that it's possible that this card right here is saying, what is your honest truth? Right? And this is about you shining light on what is true for you. And nobody can do that for you but you. And so it's going to take this time of assessing. It's going to take this time of knowing what it is that you want. And this is, I love this fall energy here of the mystery and letting go. I don't think you're quite got it all straight up in your head yet about where it is you're going and where it is you're going to do next. But here in this mystic meadow, the sanctuary, we have the bear, which is safety and security. We have the rabbit that looks like Alice in Wonderland kind of thing, like off with their heads. The rabbit, though, is about fertility, and the rabbit is dressed in red. This is root chakra. This is about where can you fertilize the ground and really feel safe and secure. And we have the fox's strategy. And so the more you pull your energy in and you strategize and you think about what it is that you really want to create a sense of safety and security around yourself. And I don't mean by closing up your heart. This heart is open and healing. This heart is opened up and healing. How can you open up to the joy in your life? Right? So security in chasing down your dream, that little boat to make it the big boat. But the way you get there is by setting your sights on it. Setting a course. And you get there by assessing what's worth keeping, nesting on. What can you dig up that you have scratching around, utilizing all your tools, and what direction are you heading in next? It's a three-pronged plan. So if there's a sign of the zodiac that I would trust to be able to do this, it is Taurus. So you've got this. This is your wheelhouse. You can do this. I think you have had a lot of unsettling energy with the eclipses that have been going on. The North Node in your sign creates this need to release and let go of. Uranus is in your sign. Now Uranus stationing retrograde is going to give you an opportunity over the next several months to revisit some recent things that were kind of unsettling to create a new path to move forward. What's really interesting about Uranus is that it's at 23 degrees of your sign. It was exactly square the new moon that we had in Leo. Square is uncomfortable, okay? But this new moon becomes a full moon in a year and a half. In February 12th of 2025. And at that time, Uranus will have finished its retrograde and will have cleared its shadow by just a few minutes, but it will still be at 23 degrees. And so it will be moving forward. And so for some of you, this is like a year and a half that you are going to be working through things. And that's why there's a bit of a mystery around it. But right now, in the now moment, assessing where you are now, setting your sights, and checking to see, what do I keep? What can I nest and grow? Do I need to scratch out something new? And what do I just need to move away from? Move towards something new. It's a lot, but it's cool. All right, you guys take care of yourselves. I'm on Facebook every day. I did a video on this energy for this energy that we're in right now, the new moon with Lionsgate and how it's squaring up with your sign. And that is a link that you can only get through my Facebook page. So head on over there. It's pinned to the top of the page so that it's easy to find. If you do watch it, be sure to leave a comment and you'll be in a drawing for a free reading. So maybe that'll be something that would be of interest to you at this time. And I do the daily astrology, so while you're there, you might want to check that out. If you would like a personal reading, I do that. All that information is in the description box below. You guys take great care. You have some amazing stuff ahead of you. And if anyone is capable of creating the plan, it's you. Talk to you soon.